What up, though, everybody? Welcome,
What up,
welcome,
though?
welcome. It's the Two
What
Live
up?
Crew. Two
What up, though?
Live Crew.
What up, though?
You missing Trixie, so I'm messing up. Yeah, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like, hit the notification bell, and you'll always know when we dropping some cool content for you guys. So the movie that we chose this time was Yardie. Did I say it right? Yardie. Yes, I gotta say with my Jamaican accent. Yardie and why?
When I was a boy, my brother would always ask me which way you're gonna go. Will you go with the righteous or will you go with the damned? This is a story about the path I chose. Kingston, Jamaica. King Fox control the streets. He tell me to forget about my brother.
Redemption. Deliver the goods to Rico. When it is done, you let me know.
Yeah, I say me London.
London.
Mama, all I had to do was deliver the coke to Rico. But I never like him.
First time in London, true?
Yeah, man, first time.
Trust me, gonna love it, baby.
4 years I haven't seen you.
My name is D.
D for Daddy.
D for Dennis. I come here to change my life. Forget away from Kingston.
Look at yourself. The grief never left you. You're still like a mad dog. Now your brother getting shot down like that. Ancient history.
Right, so this was, I would say, a gangster movie, a hood movie. I would say, dealing with drugs and, the main character has to choose which way will he go, the righteous Rastafari way, or would he go, what did they call the other people? I don't know, like
I
Rude
can't
Boy.
remember.
The Rude
Yuppie,
Boy or
yuppie,
something like
something.
that.
Yuppie.
It wouldn't be an exciting movie if he just chose to go the righteous way, right? So we know what he chose. But let's since it's not a girly movie, let's let Stick start out with his commentary on this fine film, which was directed by who?
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba. I don't say that
His,
man's name.
his
Right.
directorial
Yes.
debut. His directorial debut.
Right. So this is first time out the gates, and it's all the choices he made. I wonder why. Because he could have did anything. Because he be all over the place. I see him with little kids in movies and over here. But so he chose this as his
He's
directorial.
sci-fi. He all over the place.
Yeah, he all over the place.
I was watching Star
So-
Trek. Star Trek the other day. He was in that too.
Idris brings an incredible amount of nuance to someone who is seemingly so evil. Crawls, the soloist, he is the nihilist.
I've been watching this whole time.
Watching the Enterprise crash and burn, it felt like I was destroying a legacy. Kral is certainly going to be remembered for that.
I am counting on it.
All right, so tell us about the movie, Stick. What'd you think?
So I did enjoy it. Yardie was something different, and also it had a little international flavor to it. I enjoy seeing Black people of a different culture and how they interact. It's a different way of Blackness that you see. So it is like a little timepiece. It starts in the early 70s. The young man's name is D, stands for Dennis. He goes through a change through this movie. He deals with a loss, a very big, tragic loss. And that molded him in his young adult life. The movie just moves through some things that he has to do, dealing with revenge, and he goes through a lot mentally. He's a good guy, but he's seen some mess that's scarred him. It deals with his family. So just to jump around.
I had to avenge my father's death. I felt that. I'm sorry, but I don't know what you call that kind of movie.
Hello! My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Stop saying that!
Hello! My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
But it was like a brother. It was a brother thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
You know,
So it was a
there
big
was
thing.
a family of vengeance. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And just
Oh,
just
and
to
one
say
more
that-
thing before I
Mhm.
forget. I'm sorry to even cut you off again, but you mentioned Black culture or whatever, and I was like,
Mhm.
did they do this wrong? Because I ain't never seen so many Black people dance off a beat before. But was it just me? Did anybody notice that?
Well, you
I-
know, I was looking at one of the pre-show because I wanted to just hear Idris talk about it, especially in his native tongue. Oh my God! But anyway, that's something different. But he was just talking about how he wanted to shoot scenes that would be authentic to their culture. So I'm thinking that's just the way it was. He said because he didn't want to create a scene, he wanted to move in a scene and just film it because he wanted them to be in their own element. So I'm thinking even with that, that's probably just the way they do things.
Okay.
So that's pretty much how the movie starts off. Everything else happens behind that is he's taken in by the local neighborhood dude that he's the y'all gotta help me with that. I don't know what to say. He's the street guy that everybody cares about.
Dandada.
Yeah, he's the
The
street guy that everybody
Kingpin.
cares about.
Yeah.
And his
He's
name is
Nino Brown of Jamaica.
King Fox. King Fox.
That's
You know,
what it was.
It's say he stands out. He wears this big red hat, or he has big hats all the time. He wears, so he's a big guy, and he wears a cane. So he had people under him. You know, he's the shot caller, and he took a young fella in after seeing the tragedy, and it molds D. Dennis into what he is—a street guy who has some sense, and he has a working mind too. So it takes him up to London. He has to do a deal. Something happens, and he's on the run. It kind of moves in a slow way, but it actually works. But I did enjoy it, and I did like it. And for it to be somebody's first directorial debut, it had some elements where I was like, I could work with this. I would tell people to check it out and sit and watch the whole thing because there's going to be some things that come up that stand out. So for me, I would give it 4 Fagos. I enjoyed it. I give it that moon miss because that was what it did. It did shoot, it shot off, and it actually took me. It might have been shooting for the stars, but it fell and hit the moon. So we're gonna go with that moon miss, baby.
All right. Okay. Well, I'll go next because it looks like First Lady did a little extensive research. So we'll let her put the little cherry on top for us. But I did enjoy it. I think the characters were developed enough where when stuff happened negatively that I felt I had an emotional response, which I think from these last couple movies, I really didn't get that. I felt like, oh, I want to be sad. She's about to die, but I could care less, But anyway, so I enjoy the emotional roller coaster. Oh, I think that one negative, not so negative. So it was the same, I'm the main character. These are the characters. This is every character, and I'm doing a voiceover. So that, I don't know if it's cheating, but it was fine. And even with them being Jamaican, this was like a kind of along the lines of Shadows, but not that deep. But with this movie, I turned on the subtitles, okay? So it may have been a good thing. He needed to explain everything to me. I turned on the subtitles just so
That's
I would
what I was
know.
about to say.
Because I was like, what? And then that one famous Jamaican song, I was like, oh my God, that's what they're saying in this. It was so crazy over. But I was like, I can't wait to hear that song out again because I'm going to be singing all the words. But anyway, I did enjoy the movie. I thought it was solid. Like I said, I cared about the characters. Another little part, I think the whole friendship, it was a point where people that were trying to do him harm, they became friends. This really had a lot to do with, I think, trust and relationships, the movie, but I was kind of like, these guys just stuck a gun in your face and now y'all BFFs already. That I thought was a little rocky. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
How can you trust somebody that just did this to you? But overall, solid story. So I'm going to give it 3 root beers only because we don't have ginger beer, but it deserves 3 solid Goya ginger beers. But since Fago doesn't have ginger beer, we're gonna go with that root beer. So I liked it. Or maybe what's Fago's version of Verner's? Fago got a Verner's. What is it called? Ginger ale. It's ginger ale.
Jamaica.
Yeah, but it was a good movie. I think you should watch it. Okay, go ahead, First Lady.
Now I thought it was an interesting movie. I enjoyed it. Just like Stick said, it had its slow points, but I think the slow points in the movie was necessary because the culture was so thick and the accents was so rich that we needed it to slow down if that's not your element that you're in. So I appreciate the slowing down and getting back to the points. Even the point where Real Tanya about, if you put in a situation, do you think they're your friends? But then you have to think about it. If you put on an island and you out there, you got to make some connections with who you can connect with. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, then you absolutely isolated yourself. So, and you can't touch all things and know all things. So I think it was even with that, it had some usage to that friendship. Now, would it be the kind of friendship that we're talking about? No, but it did help him in some ways. And that's what connections are all about. It's about, building on what they're willing to give you. And they did vice versa. They were able to build on something that he brought to the table. You know what I'm saying? So it was a mutual understanding between that group, I think. But I think the movie also touched on how grief affects you. And, and it made him even see things that we didn't see. You seeing the dead, but in your mind, you thinking they're guiding you or telling you to do things when it's just you and your psyche. Because I think if you haven't did the full circle of grief, then there's some components that are left out that need to be dealt with. And I think that's part of some of even the journey that he took. I think that helped bring closure to some of the grief process that he didn't complete. And even with that, as soon as he was quote unquote on his own, especially as a young man, you want to identify with somebody or something. And I think that even played into his childhood and some of the trouble that he got into at a younger age, because he wanted to identify with somebody that replaces the loss that you've had. And that's normal in grief, I think. So even him going to London, that helped evolve, not just in him with his grief, but maturity. It brought him back to a relationship that was left unfinished. Because even if you look at his bedroom before he left for London, those were clues of all the things that were unfinished in his life. He had them on his wall.
First Lady, wow, I gotta go back and look at that. Yeah. That's deep.
You're right, though. Yeah.
Those, and that led up to a lot of different things that happened when he was in London. He was able to complete some things that he yearned for when he was still in Jamaica. So I liked the movie. I enjoyed it. It was different for me because I think in the beginning, I think the language barrier was a struggle for me, but I enjoyed the slowing down of the movie because it helped me catch up. And I think a lot of people doing the slowdown, I think a lot of people, they step away from the movie. And that's one of the things that you cannot do, because those small things when he slowed down helped you bridge over to what was connecting on the other end of the story. So so I enjoyed it. I really did. I was able to sit there and just really, you know, see some of the clues. You know how you have context clues in everything. So I was able to see some of the context clues and connect some things that I saw later on in the movie, which helped me enjoy the movie. So I would give it a 3.5, and I would give it a grade. So and that's something I always enjoy, you know. So that's my take on the movie.
Great thing, Oman.
Yeah, first lady Sasha. Yeah, baby.
First lady Sasha.
Right,
At the
right.
Jamaica.
Light that up. Yeah.
I could just let it be that. What do y'all think? What do y'all want to do? Anything?
Unless you want to push in a topic today, it's up to you.
This would have been Black mental health. This would have been.
If you're gonna talk about Black mental health, you're gonna have to talk about Kanye.
Yeah.
And I understand that. That's where I was like, you know, if you don't want to go into that because that's so much.
But you know, he even went even deeper this week though, talking about his mother-in-law, how she pimped her children, how he went and let them
I
pimp
didn't
his
get
children.
all of that from those tweets though. But
you talking about the Kardashians, right?
Yeah.
Did he say something about you not gonna have my daughter on Playboy or something?
Yeah. But you know, they always talked about how the mother pimped the kids in order for them to gain that popularity or celebrity status or whatever. And he was like, you know, hey, I tell you one thing, that won't happen to me. But he did reach out and said he needed help. And somebody come get it. So Dave Chappelle, which that wouldn't have been my first choice because he had a meltdown himself. So I mean,
you know, you got to go to somebody who experienced it and made it to the other side.
I guess so. Because he's like, they trying to lock me up in here, you know?
Yeah, I just feel so sorry for him.
They said it was impending that it might be, you know, people were saying that Kim and Kim may be moving towards divorce or something. Or they were saying that. I'm not sure how true that is, but there's been like rumors about that too, that divorce may be on the horizon.
But you know my take on that. I don't feel sorry for Kim at all because all of the Kardashian women took Black men and they destroyed them.
Oh, wow. That's a hard statement. You know, Chris got her a Black man right now, too.
So
he called him Kanye and one of the things.
So this is right. This is the thing. They used them up. They destroyed them, and they left them where they were struggling. Yeah. So,
but they do have recovery though. The Black men do recover. I have seen that. They
yeah. But the thing was, they thought Kanye was gonna be an easy sweep, and they see now, brother man just not gonna go out like that. Now that's one thing I can say about Kanye. He gonna do what he gonna do, and that's just it. Ain't nobody gonna make him do nothing else.
That's because he make his own big money. That's why he can do that.
He ain't stuck in there. His own man. So that's and I know that's harsh, but I don't feel sorry for her. She bit off a cookie that she couldn't chew.
It's only one sister that don't mess with Black men. That's the oldest one. She ain't got no. She might deal with.
Oh, the one that went with Scott. Yeah, her baby daddy.
She don't have no Black. She ain't got no kids by any Black man. That's the only one.
Yeah.
I never seen her with any of the guys that's Black. Everybody else under her.
But I was talking about feeling sorry for him, not her. Like she's straight. Like when they get divorced, if they get divorced, it do seem like they going down there. He's not getting them kids. He's not gonna get to see them kids. He could forget about it. You know what I mean? Like he could forget about it. Like you already had so many episodes. It's nothing to prove that you're unstable to raise your kids. So that's the thing I'd be concerned about. And then when he says and does stuff, you like, are you serious right now? What parallel universe did you come up in where you think it's okay to say certain things? Like about Harriet Tubman and this, and
now that was way off.
Leave her name out your mouth, but it was true, you know, at the same time, because if you're talking about working, so she freed people from being enslaved, enslaved and not getting paid for working to going somewhere where they working for white people, but they getting paid. So I mean, why, why did he find fault with that or feel the need to say it? I don't know. But I mean, it was true. I mean, we didn't just come out of slavery and like had a means to start,
Right.
from
But
scratch.
we came out with nothing.
With
no
nothing.
wealth,
Okay.
no inheritance, no nothing.
You went back.
We
You went back to
didn't come
work.
out with Pharaoh's gold, did we? I don't think so.
Nah, we didn't come
We
out
didn't
with that. We didn't come out with that.
with
So
the gold.
Not with even
Not
the
this
Eagles
side.
gold. I call it America the Eagle. You don't even see the Eagles gold. We ain't get none of that either. So.
right.
Yeah.
So if so the whole thing was okay, but the people, they were actually working. Do we ever get what we feel like we worth? No, that's even today. But the people respected them enough to give them something.
Mm-hmm.
And that was better than nothing.
Yeah.
And abuse and hardship. And so come on.
Yeah, this guy, he did a whole thing years ago about America's correction for the racial thing, and like if it's not corrected, then there would be a civil war or whatever. So I don't know. I know I send the team a lot of stuff. They be like, "This girl crazy," so we'll stop it here. But I'm probably gonna send that one last thing to y'all, so y'all will be in the know. Alert! We started a Facebook group, so you can be a part of the conversation. That Facebook group is called Two Live Crew Hood Movie Review. It's a private Facebook group. And so you'll just be amongst friends and we can just discuss some movies and topics together. And I did that so we could go live and things like that and bring y'all in. So get involved, get on the Facebook group. Also, you'll know what we're going to review before we review it. So if you want to watch the movie, which we encourage you to, because like I said, a lot of times we're doing independent Black films and they need our support. Watch the movie with us and review it with us and join the conversation. Like, you are part of what makes the Two Laugh Crew laugh. So we need y'all, so join our Facebook group and I'll put a link below. All right, y'all, I guess that's it for today. We appreciate you. Trixie, she played us again, y'all. Y'all leave in the comments. Tell Trixie to quit playing with our emotions. Either you're going to be here or you ain't. That's my mama say. But Trixie doing her thing. She's international, so she had to miss one. But she'll be back next time. And we'll have Jamie back too. So, and I got another guy I want to bring on.
Yeah, bring him.
Michael. Yeah, so you can have somebody to lean on, so y'all go, do all that together. So I'm just trying to work out a deal with him, and the only deal is if I put you on, you're gonna share this with your friend, and he never answers, so I'll ask him again, because he ain't gonna share it, We already got enough pretty faces on here, you know what I'm saying? But all right. All right. Thank you for joining us, guys. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and join us on Facebook and get to know us. All right. Peace out.